What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Picked up a bush hog or rotary cutter on the way back home this afternoon. It is a 8-foot land pride. It sticks over the trailer a little bit. This trailer is only 96 wide. It's not a 102 wide like the newer flatbeds, but anyway, this is a 8-foot land pride. It's a RCF 3696. That's supposed to be the heaviest duty 8-foot bush hog that you can buy from Land Pride, and one of the heaviest 8-foot cutters around, supposedly. Those are supposed to be 210 horse gearboxes. So we're gonna get this thing off the trailer. I got it unstrapped and everything, so get the tractor out here and see if we can get this thing picked up. Hopefully we don't tear up anything with it swinging around. Alright guys, I got her unloaded, got it in the shop here. That's what she looks like. This side over here doesn't look too bad, just a little bit right on the back. The paint's a little bit faded. This is a 2018 model, RCF 3696. It's got chain guards front and rear. This thing is supposed to weigh 1,800 pounds as what the spec is on it. Dual tail wheels. This side over here is skin up. I'm guessing the previous owner must have been cutting up against a fence or something. That's usually what you see, you cutting up against a barbed wire fence, scraping down the side up. It's kind of what it looks like to me. That thing is definitely heavy, stuck out there like that. I don't have any pins to hook it up to the 3-point right now. I don't have any pins around. I'm sure I could find something to stick through there, but I don't have the proper pins for it. I'll have to get those. And I don't have my ballast box on the back of the tractor that I usually got on here, and you can definitely tell too. It's very, very light in the back right there. That's a lot of weight stuck out there, that far out. I don't know much about these twin spindle cutters. I was reading some reviews on them. Some people love them. Some people rather have the 7-foot single spindle. I don't know. I ran across this, and it was in an area out where I was delivering, and it wasn't very far out of the way, about 25 miles out of my way one way, so probably 50 miles from where I delivered to. So I went by there and bought it from the place and brought it home. But I think a lot of this paint on the top will buff back out, but that Kubota orange is bad about fading in the sun. We get down here in Louisiana, and this came from Texas, so same kind of deal, but it's basically a 2-year-old mower. I don't know how much it's been used, but I wouldn't think a whole lot in 2 years. So I don't know. We're gonna check it out here. I'll probably stand it up. We'll take a look at the bottom of it. I'm gonna ease it down, and we'll rehook and pick it up and see what the bottom side looks like. Alright guys, I got it picked up in the air. I'm not crazy about getting up under this thing. I do some sketchy stuff sometimes, but I don't know about getting up under one of these. I got a dolly sitting here. It's better than nothing. I'll take a look here. We got a bunch of hay string on there. I'll take a knife and cut that off. It appears And it hit some rocks and stuff. Looking at the blade there, it's got some chips out of it. Still relatively sharp though on the part that's not chipped. That there's kind of boogered up. I've seen way worse though. That one there, I don't see very little boogering on that one. Very little, a few rocks. Kind of normal with a bush hog. It still look like a little bit of paint right there on the blade. I don't know if anybody wants to give an estimation of how long they think this thing was used, how many hours. That's what causes these things to rust out, so all this stuff cakes up under here. Years and years of use. Nobody ever cleans them. The blades ain't overall, they're not too bad overall. I couldn't look up under this thing at the place I bought this at. People generally don't let you pick things up in the air and look up under it when you're buying something. So I was kind of hoping that it looked okay. I scratched this all up a while ago when I picked it up like I did, but it's the only way to do it that I could do it. I just have to touch it up. Not a big deal, I don't suppose. As long as we didn't damage the old PTO shaft. I don't know how many hours of bush hogging one person could do in 2 years. Apparently, this was bought in 2018 and used 18 and 19, and then traded off for a bat wing. That's what I was told. So I'm hoping in 2 years, and maybe it don't have 100 or 200 hours on it. I don't know for sure. I'll pull these covers off here and take a look. I felt up under here. I didn't pull the covers whenever I looked at the thing, but I did feel up under there, and it didn't feel like there was no slack in anything. Rubber flex couplers there. This is what I'm worried about. I don't know. I've never owned a twin spindle cutter like this, so I don't know how good this here holds up. I mean, it's rubber coupler basically. I don't know how well that holds up over time. I guess we'll find out. It's supposed to be, like I say, one of the heaviest 8-foot cutters you can buy. So how much better it is than a 7, I have no idea. It may be worse. I need to check all the oil and stuff in all the gearboxes. It's got vents installed on them. Have to pull the plugs wherever they are. I think one's over here and one's on the right there, and then I don't know where the one on the T-box. I guess it's one of these here. Alright guys, I decided to go ahead and take a grinder with a flap disc and clean these blades up just a little bit while I was up under here. I didn't get real carried away. I mean, it's still got a big nick right there, but that's much better than it was. It'll probably have some more nicks in it time it gets used. These things, one of these gearboxes spin clockwise, one of them spins counterclockwise, as you see, and they are timed so that the blades don't hit in the overlap right there, if you see what I'm talking about. And this one comes around like this, and then you see the other one coming around now. You turn it on around, and then this one here comes back around. So that's kind of how that works. Wouldn't hurt for me to take a shovel and dig some of this mess out from under here. I decided I'd knock some of that stuff off there. I don't know what for, because it's just going to get right back up under there when everything gets used, but I don't know. Help my feelings there for a little bit anyway, so we'll go with that. It probably could use a steam cleaning and just spray some fresh paint on it. Would probably help, just to kind of prevent it from starting to corrode very bad. But it's probably a project for another day. So in the meantime, I'm gonna let this thing down. Alright guys, I got it hooked up. I don't have the right pins, so I just stuck something in there just so I can move this thing around. I got a bolt that's way too long, an improper pin, and a 1/2 inch drive ratchet that's no good. So I can at least move it around, and I got the PTO hooked up. I have not checked the oil in the gearboxes. I'm gonna bump it on. I don't see any leaks, so that either means it's good or there's no oil in any of it. One of the two. Either way, I'm gonna turn it on for a second, make sure it runs and everything. We'll try it out. Some horsepower to get it spinning. Engaged it a little bit too quick there. Bumped up about 1200 RPM instead of idle. She sounds good. I don't hear no abnormal noises or anything. Sounds like it's going to take flight. A decent amount of pitch in those blades. Blowed stuff everywhere, but maybe it'll cut good. You're going to be a pretty bad dude, I believe, industrial lawnmower, when you let your grass grow way too tall. This is a really deep deck bush hog here. The heavier the bush hog, usually the deeper the sides on it for the material, the thicker material you're cutting. We'll check it with a tape measure, but I think the spec says it's supposed to be 13 inches. Yeah, pretty close. Measure from the band here, deepest point, pretty close. If you look on most of the lighter duties, they're going to be about an 8, maybe a 9-inch depth. Shouldn't have any trouble covering the width of the tractor. We're sticking out quite a bit past this tire here on each side, probably 8 inches or so. So whenever you make a pass, you should be able to line your outside of your tire up there with the freshly cut or the not cut grass, and it should work out perfect. Well, guys, she works. Sounds good. I'll check the oil in the gearboxes later, and I'll have to go and get some pins. This is a step pin. It's not just a straight 1 1/8. Category 2, it's 1 1/8 here, and I guess this is 7/8 or something to step down, so that the idea was you could run a Category 1 tractor inside here, I think, with a pin, and then the Category 2 goes in here. I think that was the idea when they designed that, but anyway, I'll have to order some pins or go to Tractor Supply and see if they happen to have some in stock or not, and then I'll have to get a correct size top pin. That's just a pin I had laying around. I think I got that for the gooseneck trailer, and it was the wrong size and never carried it back. Don't know what I did with the receipt, so it was laying around. I stuck that in there just to be able to move this thing around and at least engage the PTO, make sure everything functions, and sounds good. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.